Welcome to Leading Iowa, Good Government in Iowa's Cities. Taking on a new job in city government isn't always easy. In any role, there's a lot to learn and a lot to do. Listen to what Iowa's leaders say was their biggest challenge when they took office. And we've got some good advice for anyone who's thinking about running for office or working for their city. That's coming up next. Then make sure you join Dubuque Mayor Brad Cavanagh and me, Dave Martin, for full episodes right here on Leading Iowa, Good Government in Iowa's Cities.
Jeff Pomeranz, I'm city manager, city of Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
And how long have you been city manager of Cedar Rapids?
About 15 years.
When you first started the job, what surprised you the most, and what surprises you now, 16 years later, about working in city government?
Well, when I first started the job, we had basically just gotten over the immediate impacts of the flood of 2008, which was a devastating disaster for Cedar Rapids, and so just the level of redevelopment was a surprise to me as I came from the city of West Des Moines, very busy also, but just rebuilding after a natural disaster was extremely challenging and a great opportunity.
And I'm sure you are well versed in the construction trade. You knew all about it, right?
Yeah. Well, you just learn. And luckily, we're a larger city. We're the second largest city in the state of Iowa. So I have a lot of help too. It's not just about one person. I mean, we have a number of individuals who have provided a lot of assistance along the way.
I've asked this question of other city managers and city administrators. Somewhere out there, there's a kid who dreams of being president. There's not many kids who dream of being city manager. What would you tell someone about the job? And, what advice would you give them about a career as a city manager or just getting into government in general?
I think it's a great career. So I started over 40 years ago. You have to be committed to wanting to serve the public. Not everybody wants to do that. And so I started in a small city in Texas on the border, kind of went to a place that maybe fewer people would want to go to initially, but I found great opportunity there, great friends, great opportunity to make a difference. And so it's been a very satisfying career for me, starting with that small city, but then I was able to stay for a while and then move on to a little bit different community. And then I came to West Des Moines, Iowa, and a great opportunity to learn more, to do more, to take on more responsibility and hone my skills, and then Cedar Rapids after the flood of '08. So it's been satisfying, it's been exciting, it's been lots of ways to improve my skills, and it's been a great career.
And you're sitting here with your assistant city manager.
Assistant.
Yes, and are you encouraged by the next generation of city managers?
Those that are interested in the profession, I think, have a lot of skills and abilities. Amanda, who's with me today, as you said, was a former police officer.
Okay.
From CRPD.
All right.
Her husband's also a police officer, so they're come from that law enforcement background, but she then decided to do something different when we saw Amanda's skills in different areas, not just policing. And so she took on a program in Cedar Rapids called Safe CR, which has to do with improving and helping to enforce rules and regulations for rental properties to make living better for those individuals in those properties. And so Amanda got that experience, and then when we had an opportunity in the city manager's office, recognizing her abilities and her background, we hired her in the city manager's office. So she's had a great career, and she's still young. So
all right, so there's room for advancement as a city manager.
It's exciting. It's exciting ways to get things done. So you're right. You started off by saying, maybe mothers don't say, young man or young person, you have a tremendous career ahead of you as a city manager. So that's true, except that the skills, the leadership, the opportunities that you have as a leader in city management are very significant and exciting and great opportunities.
I'm Scott Peterson. I'm the city administrator in Jefferson.
How long have you been a city administrator?
I've been a city administrator for a little over 30 years.
30 years. Think back to 30 years ago or last week. What surprised you the most about your role in city government?
It's always the most important side of things, is of course the dealing with the public and public interaction. And sometimes the things that might surprise me the most is maybe the lack of public participation in a lot of those things. We try to do what we can to encourage that, and oftentimes it does not come to be.
And how do you encourage people to get involved?
Anymore, technology is what drives that, and whether that's social media is a lot of it. But and back in the day, you'd do things with newsletters and traditional media, and things have changed, of course, over time. So
better or for worse?
Just for different.
Now that leads me to my next question. What would you say to someone, in this new environment, if they wanted to get involved in city government and wanted to run for office or be a city administrator?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I tell them that very much this is something that you should explore doing. Explore and learn about this before you would really toss your hat in the ring. But know that this is something that you really want to do. If you have a commitment to your community, in my mind, that is the base of what it takes to be a good elected official or a good employee at some point. Commitment to the community, and you can spring from that and learn a lot of things and be real successful.
My name is Steve Richardson. I'm currently the mayor of the city of Indianola, Iowa. I am retired from, I thought I was retired anyway, but I am not, so I am the mayor of the city of Indianola.
And when you first became mayor, what surprised you most about the job and about being in government?
Well, it's kind of interesting. I have a long history in city government. My mother was mayor of the city of Indianola. She was the first Indianola mayor that was a female.
Okay.
And that was in the 1980s. So I've kind of been very familiar with local government for a long time. I served on the Indianola Council from 90 to 96, and then I was in the state legislature for 6 years after that, and on local government committees in the state legislature.
But what surprised you when you took the job, when you got into government the first time?
Probably, to be honest with you, the amount of learning and the curve that, even though I knew the basis of government, I was a little surprised about the amount of information that was necessary to really do a good job, and the time it took to do all of that. So
anything in particular that you learned that surprised you?
No, I just learned more in depth about all the different departments and things, and I think that's a critical component. I think as a city official, you should spend time with those departments and learn. That's not your role to dictate or govern those. You follow policy, but the bottom line is you need to know what they do and how they do it. So that was a big portion of what took time, I believe, and learning all of those different aspects of city government.
What would you tell someone who wanted to get into city government, who wanted to run for office or think about a career in government?
Well, I think you have to have a passion for it. You have to want to know what you want to do and also what you want to give back to the community and the time it takes to do that. People have various reasons they get involved with different things. If it's the athletic groups in the community or whatever, they do it because it's a passion of theirs. And the same is true of city government, that you want to give back in some way, shape, or form. And it's my way of giving back. But I think it's important for folks that want to get involved in city government that they need to understand that it's not just showing up for meetings twice a month and spending 2.5 hours or so at a meeting and then going home and that's it. There's more to it than that. And if you really want to give back to anything and you're passionate about any project you do, you're going to spend time doing it. So I would say that be prepared to get involved, be prepared to dive head first and learn as much as you can.
And learn stuff.
Learn as much as you can, absolutely.
Now that you've listened to Leading Iowa, Good Government in Iowa Cities, make sure you listen to The Good Government Show, another show from Valley Park Productions. On The Good Government Show, I talk with mayors, commissioners, and leaders from across government about what works. We talk about what government means and how we can get the best out of government. So join me right here where you're listening now to The Good Government Show. That's our show. Thanks for listening. Join us again right here for the next episode of Leading Iowa, Good Government in Iowa Cities. Make sure you like us and share us with your friends. Follow us on Facebook. Leading Iowa is a Valley Park production in association with the Iowa League of Cities. The show is executive produced by Katie Wheeler and Brad Cavanagh for the Iowa League of Cities. Jim Ludlow, Dave Martin, that's me, and David Snyder are executive producers for Valley Park Productions. Our show is edited and produced by Jason Stershic.